What's going on, guys? This is the K&V podcast show. I'm Kevin.
I'm Vin. How you guys doing?
How you guys doing on this lovely, hot Labor Day here in New York? It is like 91 degrees out here. So, welcome to the very first episode of many more episodes to come. Today we're definitely going to get into a lot of things pertaining to friendships. But first, let's just really introduce ourselves here. So I'm going to let Vinny start off with his own introduction.
What's up, guys? My name is Vin. I work for FedEx, and I own a detailing business, car wash business, something I really enjoy doing. Started that up when I was 21. I'm now 25. Took a little while for it to take off. I've been detailing since I was 16. I enjoy spending time with friends. I'm a car guy 100%, and I'll let Kevin introduce.
So my name is Kevin. I am currently going to Mercy College for exercise science, my bachelor's degree. Got 3 more semesters, so I'm almost done. Right now I'm working as a personal trainer in 2 locations. One, I do private clients on the side in Rybrook. On the other location, it's a CrossFit gym. I just started coaching CrossFit classes there, so that's been mainly my whole passion to really get into, CrossFit and hopefully opening up my own business someday. And that's going to take off eventually, so the ideas are coming. But, yeah, the reason why we started this podcast, we definitely wanted to really we want to send our outreach to people out there that are kind of going through whatever it is in life that you're going through, from, nasty friendships, terrible breakups, you're dealing with, car issues, and, just our main purpose is to deliver on to our own, ideas and our own advice, and really get a look of outreaching out there to people and making sure that we get our message across. So exploring different walks of life, whether it be topics about fitness, love, relationships, friendships, cars, business, whatever topics that we, are specialized in and whatever that we are passionate about, we're definitely going to give our advice in these episodes to really help people out and to really outlook that. So that being said, let's really dive into, this topic for today, going into friendships here. So when it comes to friendships, and I know social media is a big one. I know you could agree on that,
Absolutely.
Right,
Ben? It's all fake.
Yeah. So when it comes to social media, guys, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, what have you, Snapchat, just know that the followers that you have on your friends lists, they may not all be what you think they are. So you may think that some people are genuinely cheering for you, and that's always the case sometimes, and that's good to have that in your social media. And then you have others that are just watching you. They're watching the successes you have, whether you just got that promotion, you're checking out that fancy restaurant while traveling in, Greece, you finally have a girlfriend and you're finally showing it to the world. You have those jealous types of people out there, the people that want to undermine you, really want to see you fail. So it's really important to know the difference between who's actually cheering for you and who actually wants to see you fail.
Absolutely, 100% agree. Some people on Instagram, Facebook, they're just ghost followers. Some people aren't ever going to hit the like button just because it's you. And that's just the way it goes.
No, yeah, and we'll definitely get into this topic another time when it comes to relationships and dating. But even with guys and girls following each other, this a girl that a guy is trying to get with, dating and things like that, doesn't work out. Next thing you know, he sees the girl with another guy. He's gonna end up unfollowing her. Fuck this girl, blah, 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 that whole spiel. And then that could be the same coin, the girl might feel the same way about the guy and, may want to unfollow because now he's taken, and, that whole double-edged sword type of theory. So, there's definitely going to be people out there that want to, that don't want to see you make it. They don't want to see you succeed and be happy, and that really dives into their own insecurities and their own negativity. Maybe sometimes those people are very negative towards themselves. They grew up in a negative household and they don't have the right support system. So
absolutely. I mean, a lot of our videos are going to be based on what we went through as it was high school, college, whatever it was. So we can give you guys real life examples. Kevin actually went through it with one of our friends. Things got ugly and took a turn for the worst. And being that we're 25 years old, he's civil with the friend. But if you want to get into the story a little bit.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. So, I definitely got into what it means to steer clear of negative, people here. So I've had this friend, that me and Vin we mutually know, and I've known him for quite a while, and he seemed like he was a nice guy, but then there'd be some things about him that just seemed pretty two-faced. It seemed pretty sketchy. And if I would post about a job, or post something about me going on a date with someone, there'd always be little chatter. You remember that, Vin? There's always that chatter going on.
Ball busting.
Yeah, ball busting, that little chatter, and it just wouldn't seem like this friend was very, genuine. It seemed like he didn't have my back. He always just wanted to start in trouble and just wanted to get a rise and get drama started within the whole friend group. So just after a few years of really reconnecting with this guy, I'd say 4 years, I've tried to reconnect with him. I just ultimately decided, you know what? I think this is it. I'm not going to keep going back and forth with this guy. I'm just going to, I'm going to do what's best for me, what's healthy for me. I'm just going to cut it off, just move on with my life. And sometimes you're going to get that, when it comes to certain friends that you've been friends with for 20, 25 years, you're going to get to a point where you're thinking, is this really benefiting my life, or is this draining my life and just bringing me down? You know what I mean?
Sure. You have to be 100% on board. I mean, one of the things that I could say in our group of friends as we were in college was it went through a lot of changes, a lot of transition. And I'll be the first to admit that out of the whole group, I had the hardest time adjusting to the transition because, sometimes people don't get along. Who doesn't get along with who? This and that. And also we have one friend, we'll call him A. He works, nights and weekends. So we don't get to see him too much. And, we do things to make it work. And, we'll get into that in a minute on things that, Kevin and myself do to keep the friendship with him.
Yeah, with this particular friend that we have named A, he's definitely been going through a lot of transition time. He just recently got married. He has his own apartment and things like that. And, he's a busy guy now, so
lives far away.
Yeah. He lives out in Connecticut now, so he's it's good for him, and we're definitely genuinely happy for him. But we understand that his priorities, they're different now, so that's gonna happen. You're gonna get caught up with new, with just the next stage in your life, and that's what's gonna happen to everybody. So that's totally fine. Now, what's not okay is to just again become that friend in quotes that wants to see this person fail, that wants to see the apartment getting taken away, that wants to see the divorce happening, things like that, just in spite of them. You know what I mean? That's not really fair to say. Why would you feel this way? Because you guys haven't been hanging out at the bars that you used to? No, that's not how it works. We all grow up, we all become adults. We're gonna eventually move on from that stage in our lives because we're not kids anymore. So it's just it's just the way it's gonna be. I have a friend actually, we do CrossFit together. I'm gonna call him S. He I just saw him actually a few hours ago. We were talking about his big move to Arizona, and he's having mixed feelings about it right now. He cares about his friendships here and his family here, of course, and he has a little nephew, and he doesn't want to leave that. But I told him, listen, this is the age now where we got to explore ourselves. We got to see, what life is like outside of the East Coast. So take that opportunity, and you could always come back. So he's slowly working through that right now. But, just sometimes, with friendships, one person is going to feel one type of way about, living in a certain area, and then another wants to go somewhere else. And that's totally fine. It's okay to support that, and it's okay that you may not see each other every day. So
sure. I mean, me and our friend A, we'll call him, we find ways to make it work, Kevin and myself, because we want to stay friends with him. Being me, I had the toughest transition with the whole group. I've actually been holding it down pretty well. Me and this guy, we talk on the phone 2-3 days a week. We may not get to see him too much. We probably see him once a month if we're lucky.
Yeah.
Sometimes even less than that. But, it's just very difficult with his work schedule. And as Kevin stated, he has other priorities. So it's hard. But, if you guys are going through transitions of friends, life, and everything, I can assure you it does change a lot after high school and definitely more after college.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I totally. That's especially after college. You kind of really know like who your real friends are. That's what I think. So, I mean, I would have to say like I know a few people in college right now that I'm friends with, but we'll see after college what happens. I got like 3 more semesters left, but as Vin said, like as you get older, things are gonna change. As you get into your 30s, your 40s, like you really get to see like the real essence of what your life is. You know what I mean? Like, you're not a kid anymore going to the movie theaters, hanging out at Ridge Hill and going to White Plains and getting drunk and stuff like that. Like, no, like you're freaking 35, 40 years old, like by now, you're married, you have that 401k plan going on, you have your own place. Like, you're even traveling the world if you have the financial freedom. You know
Sure.
what I mean? Like, so those things change for people and that's okay. Like, next topic we're going to get into, down the road, we'll definitely talk about relationships and, like, concepts of, like, monogamy, polygamy, things like that. But, that's down the road. But, like, ultimately, with friendships, it's if you really care about the person, you really want to, like, see them succeed, you're going to support them no matter what. And it doesn't matter how far you guys are, how close you guys are, or how often you talk or not. Ultimately, if you care about the person, you want to make it work, then put in the effort, and the friendship's going to flow.
Absolutely. Go at your own pace. Everything happens in life at your time clock. So if things are changing right now, chances are they're supposed to be. Find ways to make it work. Whether someone's getting married, whether they have a new girlfriend, boyfriend, whether they're moving away. Everything that me and Kevin have been through, think of ways to make it work. And that's pretty much it. We're going to get into some more topics each podcast.
Yeah, no, the next one, this is a really big hot button one that we're going to talk about. It's Ariana Grande's performance at Aretha Franklin's funeral. There's definitely a lot of talk going on with that regarding the length of her dress and, just the whole host of things with the issues of why that's a big issue when it comes to, setting an appropriate tone for an event like that, but also, the whole, how should I say this, misogynistic, sexist parts of things. So, that's definitely a heavy topic, but, definitely going to give you a podcast on that, and then we're going to definitely get real deep into that one. So, hope you guys are, listening to that.
All right, guys, please like and subscribe for more videos.
All right, you have a good day, guys. Happy Labor Day.